Hey besties, I'm back. And we're going to do this. We're going to continue the budget meals at every store, meals to make when you're broke. We're going to do this. Okay. Now, the only store I haven't got yet is Ingles. So I'm just going to go ahead and say Ingles. Okay, now we're going to draw the amount of money that we're going to be using. Okay, here's our money. We're going to be using $7. Yes, $7 at Ingles. It's a pretty tight budget for Ingles because Ingles is pretty expensive unless you find something on sale. So, we're going to go to Ingles and we're going to go shopping with $7 for dinner. Let's do this, guys. All right, we went into Ingles and I had an idea of what I wanted to buy. So I went straight to the meat section. I found the ground chicken. It was $3.98. Then I started getting everything else that I needed. This one is kind of difficult. To make this meal fit my budget, I had to switch some things around, buddy. I found some really cheap veggies that I was excited about. So that definitely helped stretch the budget. Lady staring a hole through me right now. I am talking to my friends, ma'am. Stop it. But a lot of people have requested that I use pantry items in these what to make when you're broke videos, because it shows people what good a pantry and having items set aside for emergency does for you, how it helps. And I think that's a good idea. So as I was doing this, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take everybody's advice. I'm gonna do this video using a few pantry items. Let's do it. I'm back. I'm gonna show you what I got. I was gonna do chicken, but it was too expensive, so I got some fresh ground pork. I got some white rice, green onions, and this gigantic bag of green beans. Only $1.99 for this. What are we gonna do? We're going to do some sweet and sour meatballs with sauteed green beans. My total was $6.95. $2.90 for the pork, $1.28 for the rice, 88 cents for the green onions, and $1.99 for the green beans. All right, besties, it's time to make the Ingles $7 dinner. Let's do this. All of the pantry items that I'm using, I'm going to put it here. You can screenshot that so you know what pantry items I'm using. I'm encouraging everyone to please start an emergency pantry if you have not started one yet. It helps so much. If you do not know how to start a pantry, I have a few videos where I have showed everyone how to start it at Walmart and Dollar Tree, and I might do a couple other grocery stores here pretty soon. We'll see. We'll see. I have a lot of ideas flowing in here, but I will link those down below if you do not know what to put in your pantry to start out with. I encourage everybody to have an array of seasonings. Helps, because we want our food to taste good, right? You don't want to have bland food when you're, in a hard time. You want it to taste good, right? So seasonings, oils, grains, rice, oats, flour, cornmeal, just soy sauce, the condiments, it is so good to have. And it's so good to have when you have those weeks where money is just tight. So good to have. Oh, sugar, honey. Really helps. So I encourage you, please, if you have not started a pantry yet, please do so. It really helps. You can do it easily at the Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Walmart. Totally easy. But anyways, let's get started on this. We're going to be using a few pantry items. A lot of people ask me, like I told you before, if I could do one of these videos with pantry items to show people how much it helps to have a pantry of things. So, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, y'all. Okay, so I got pork. We're going to do pork, sweet and sour, not sweet and sour, like sticky pork meatballs. I don't think it's a sweet and sour sauce that I do. But this was a heck of a lot cheaper than the ground chicken. I like to do ground chicken for the sticky meatballs, but it was not in the price range. So, we're doing pork. Pork is good. It's good. That's a big old bag. And I know, not everybody can find this gigantic bag of green beans for $1.99. But, I'm working with what I have. And I'm working with what my Ingles had to offer. And it fit the budget, so we're doing it. We're going to have lots of veggies with this meal. Now we got the green onions and we got the rice. First thing I'm gonna do is start cooking the rice because it takes a little minute to cook. By the way, y'all, I'm not gonna do this because I don't have minute rice that I'm working with. I'm just working with regular rice. But I seen a lady a long time ago, when she makes meatballs, she gets minute rice and she puts a 1/4 cup in it to bulk up her meatballs. I've never tried it. And I was thinking about doing it this go round, but this would still be hard because it takes a really long time for this kind of rice to cook. So if you want to do that, tip. Besties, you see that? That's my rice cooking. I cooked the whole bag. Just cooking the rice up like you normally would. I'm going to go ahead. You know what? This says it's washed and ready to use. I'm going to go ahead and trust that. Because it says this is a microwavable bag just to have steamed green beans. We're not going to steam these. I'm going to bake them in the oven. Let's get that going. Ignore my stuff over here, but this has nothing to do with this video. I just wanted to tell you, I found this at the Dollar Tree today. These are $3 and $4 everywhere else, so go look. Anyways, I want to trust that they're washed because it says they are. That is a lot of green beans, y'all. I want to look through and make sure there's no icky ones because it was clearanced out. I'm going to go ahead and put some olive oil. I'm about out of olive oil. I'm adding some soy sauce to this. Some easy onion just because I have it, but you can use onion powder. It's got soy sauce in it. I don't want to put salt in it, but I am going to put some pepper. Now, a little bit of minced garlic. Not a little bit, a lot. Because that's a lot of green beans. Let's just toss it around so everything's coated in a little something something. I have just lined a baking sheet with parchment paper. You don't need to. I just like to. Easy cleanup, you know. Okay. We're gonna toss these. Let these bake in the oven for about 30 minutes. I'm going to take them out about every 10 minutes and toss them around. All right, now it's time to get these meatballs going. We'll start by throwing my ground meat. Whatever meat you want to use, you can use it. Throwing that in here, but taking out that little. Let's start by putting a little something in there. About 2 pinches of salt, 2 pinches of pepper. About a 1/3 cup of soy sauce. A spoonful of minced garlic. You can either use minced garlic or garlic powder. I want to use some of this ground ginger, just sprinkle a little bit. A little bit of this goes a long way. Having this in your cabinet will last you a long time. I'm going to put a little bit of sesame oil. This is the same way. This bottle has lasted me over a year. I want to clean up my green onions and we're going to chop these up and put some of them in here as well. Okay, put some of them green onions in here. You know what? If you have an egg, throw an egg in it. I'm not going to. The reason I'm not going to is because egg isn't necessarily a pantry item. But you know what you can do? Flour or cornstarch, I'm using cornstarch, can be a good binder. So I'm going to put a little bit in there until I get a good consistency. So if you don't have egg, you don't have to worry. You don't need it. You can also use breadcrumbs, but you know, I have it in my pantry always, but people are more likely to have flour or cornstarch. So that's why I choose that. I think that's it. Let me check it out. Yeah, that's a good bonded up meatball. Okay, I got my favorite pan out. I'm just gonna start rolling up meatballs any size you like. Setting them in my pan. And that is our meatballs. Now, this pork doesn't have a lot of fat in it, I'm assuming. So I'm gonna put a little bit of oil at the bottom of this just to help. We're gonna start cooking these up in the skillet. After a couple sides get some crust on it, I'm gonna put a lid on it to help the inside of the meatball cook. I'm gonna put a lid on it, let it start cooking in the middle of those. It's been 10 minutes, so I have the green beans out and I'm tossing them around to make sure they stay coated in the seasoning. Then I'm gonna put them back in for 10 minutes and for a total of 30. I repeat this every 10 minutes. Woo! Show you a meatball up close. Okay, now I'm going to add a half a cup of soy sauce. Add boop, sesame oil. Like a 1/4 cup unpacked brown sugar. And I'm going to stir this up together. We're not quite done yet with the seasonings. Okay. I'm going to cover this and let it cook in this little mixture for maybe 3-4 minutes. Now, what you're going to do is get you a 1/4 cup of water, a half a tablespoon of cornstarch. We're going to mix this up together. I got the biggest whisk out of my drawer to do this with. I have them in all sizes. Don't know why I chose this one, but I did. So we're just going to go with it. I'm going to go ahead and blop that right down in there. With a little bit of honey. Now, if y'all want hot sauce in this, like sriracha or something, you could do that. But not everybody here likes that stuff. Probably a tablespoon of honey. I'm just going to mix this all up together, and it's going to get thick, like a nice sticky little sauce. Just let it get thick. Put that lid back on it for about 5 more minutes. I'm out, tossed them. Now they're going for 10 more minutes. Okay, see how the sauce got thicker? These meatballs are done. Let's plate up the food. And our rice is done. And she's done. I plated it up all pretty. Meatballs are sticky. Made the rice pretty in a bowl first. $7 dinner for 5 people. Pretty dang good if you ask me. They're pork meatballs, by the way. Chicken was too expensive. Is it good? Mm-hmm. You sure? Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. He's vowed. Give it a go.
Pretty good.
Thanks. Now, what do you think about the green beans?
I'm good.
Okay, Booger. Give them sticky meatballs a good go.
They're pretty good.
What about them green beans? Like it? Mm-hmm. besties, you guys know, and these videos I like to give it a go too, because I don't really, I mean, I trust them, but I'm a harder critic on myself. So. Okay, Brooke. That's pretty nice. I like it a lot. Seasoned green beans to taste. I didn't put any extra salt in it, and it's perfect for me. But Dusty had to season it with, not season it, but salt it. He likes extra salt though. I don't. I hope you guys liked this video. It was fun to make. Finally, Ingles $7 dinner. And that does not taste like a $7 dinner. It tastes like a $15.99 a plate dinner, I will say. If you guys try this, I hope you like it. Give me a big old thumbs up if you like the video. Also, if you guys haven't joined my Facebook group, I'll leave a link down below. It's full of a bunch of people who are awesome and amazing, and you probably would love it. I'll see you guys later. Remember, as always, be positive, kind, happy, and peace out, homies.